What does it mean to be trauma bonded? Oh, I'm so glad you've asked me that because most people have heard of the term, but almost nobody can explain what it actually is. So let me break it down in a way that you will never forget. Trauma bonding is not just loving someone who hurts you. It's deeper than that. It's much more complicated than that. And by the way, it's absolutely not your fault. As a licensed therapist, I have had to tell many people this so many times. So here's the best way I know how to explain it. I call it the smoke detector analogy. Imagine your brain has a smoke detector inside of it. Its only job, yes, its one job, is to keep you safe. And the moment it senses danger, it's supposed to go off. You know, the beep, 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 the things we hear if you're burning bacon. Your heart races, your stomach tightens. You can't think straight, and your whole body is screaming, do something. Now, in a healthy relationship, the smoke detector does go off occasionally. There may be a disagreement, some tension, maybe a little smoke in the kitchen, but then it clears. You open the window, things go back to normal. The alarm stops. Yet, in traumatic relationships, that smoke detector never fully turns itself off. It goes off or it's about to go off almost all the time. And here's where it gets interesting. When someone is in a constant state of alarm like that, their brain starts to do something that is so remarkable. It starts attaching powerfully, like gripping it desperately, to anything that will make that alarm stop. And in relationships, especially traumatic ones, the one thing that makes that alarm stop is usually the same person who keeps that sucker going off. They hurt you, the alarm goes off. They come back, sweet, apologetic, the alarm stops. Your brain floods you with relief. And you know what your brain says? Hold on to them. They're the source of safety, even though they are also the source of danger. That right there is the most confusion part about understanding trauma bonding is who is the threat and who is the rescue. That's trauma bonding at its core. Now, here's the part I really want you to hear because this is where people need to stop blaming themselves. Our brains have a chemical in it called dopamine. And dopamine is our brain's way of saying, this feels good. Remember that. Go back to that. Now, we get dopamine when we eat our favorite foods. We also get it when something exciting happens. But then we also get dopamine when someone we love shows us affection. But here's what the research tells us our brain releases more dopamine after pain than it does after a pleasurable moment alone. So what does that mean in plain language? It means that when someone hurts you and then they come back to you and is kind, that kindness hits your brain like a drug. No, not like a nice feeling, but like a drug. The relief after the pain is more powerful than if the kindness had just shown up on its own. So your brain, your brilliant, hardworking, trying to protect you brain, starts to do something that makes complete logical sense from a survival standpoint. It starts to create and crave the cycle, the tension, the explosion, the relief, the calm, round and round. Every time it goes around, the attachment gets stronger, not weaker, but stronger. And this is not weakness from you. This is not even stupidity. This is not you having a bad taste in people. This is your nervous system doing exactly what it was designed to do, which is to keep you safe when you're going through something that's overwhelming. Now, let me give you another example. Imagine a vending machine. You put your money in, you press the button, you wait. And sometimes you get your snack, and sometimes nothing comes out. So, what do? Most of us may get a little angry. We may press that button again. We may even shake the machine, hit the glass, trying to shake loose what we just purchased. But many of us will try different combinations because we put our money in. We know we should get something out. Sometimes we'd even put more money in, hoping that we would get something. But look at this. We've stood at this machine far more longer than we would ever have if it would have just worked normally from the beginning, right? Why is that? Because of the unpredictability. That is what made you stay. Listen, if it never worked, you may have would have just walked away, wasted money and all. And maybe you would have told others that were walking towards it that, hey, this is what just happened. Don't deal with it. But if it would just have worked as it was designed to, you would have just used it calmly and moved on. But this inconsistency, yes, sometimes no, is the most addictive pattern that the human brain knows. Psychology calls this addictive pattern intermittent reinforcement. And I have made a video that breaks down intermittent reinforcement, which is linked below in the description, and you are more than welcome to watch. But back to the scene, most of us will call what we see as I know they are good at times because I've seen it. I just have to figure out the right combination. The relationship becomes the vending machine you cannot walk away from. This has nothing to do with being broken. No, you are human. And your human brain was never designed to just give up on an unpredictable source of love and pain. Now, if you made it this far, I would like to thank you and welcome to the fam. And I hope you can do me a favor. Can you please hit that subscribe button and notification bell? And if this is good information, please write and comment honest truth, because that is what's coming up next. Now, here's the part that sometimes hurts to hear, but it's the part that sets most people free. Most people who are trauma bonded will tell you, but you don't know them like I know them. When they're good, they are so good. And I believe you, but I need to offer you something to think about. You're not bonded to who they are. You are bonded to who you believe they could be. The version of them that you are holding on to. The one you saw in the beginning, the one that always shows up during the good times, loving, caring, concern. The version that gives you hope, right? Now, hope is not a bad thing. Yet, when hope is the only thing keeping you in a situation that is consistently hurting you, hope becomes a cage. And you're not staying because you're foolish. You stand because you keep seeing glimpses of something real. And your heart is doing everything it can do to get a full version of them. And this is the most humane thing there is, seeking acceptance at all costs, even if it's painful. So now that you know what trauma bonding is, you're probably wondering, okay, so what do I do? And I want to be honest with you because I respect you too much to give you a quick fix. Trauma bonding is not solved by logic alone. You cannot think your way out of it, and you cannot decide to stop feeling it. And anyone who tells you just leave or just stop loving them doesn't does not understand exactly what is happening inside your nervous system. But here is what I want to offer you. As someone who has studied it and worked with people walking through it, I have 4 steps to help you start the healing. Step 1, name it. What you've been experiencing has a name. It's called trauma bonding. It is a recognized psychological response to a specific set of conditions. You're not crazy, you're not weak, and you're not broken. You are someone whose nervous system responded to an overwhelming situation exactly the way the nervous system is designed to respond. Naming it doesn't fix it overnight, but naming it means you stop fighting a ghost. Now you know what you're dealing with. Step 2, understand that your body has to heal, not just your mind, and that is important because most people try to heal trauma bonding through reading about it, talking about it, and understanding it intellectually. And that is a great start, and that's literally what we're doing right now. But trauma bonding lives in the body. It lives in the nervous system and that smoke detector that won't turn off. So healing means learning how to regulate that nervous system and also how to help your body learn slowly over time that it's safe. And this may look like working with a trauma informed therapist. This may also look like breathing work, somatic practices, and other movements that allows your body to release stored tension. But it also may look like safe relationship building, friendships, community supports that shows your nervous system what consistency and safety actually feels like. Step 3, grieve what was never fully real. Now, this is one of the hardest ones. Part of healing from trauma bonding is grieving the loss that is so hard to explain to other people. You are not just grieving the person, you're grieving the potential of the person and the future you believed it was possible. The love you deserve that never fully arrived. That grief is real. It's heavy and it's allowed. You don't have to rush it and you don't have to pretend it doesn't hurt. You just have to stop letting the grief be the reason for you going back. Step 4, know that understanding this is already a form of power. The fact that you've asked the question, what does it mean to be trauma bonding, means something. It means a part of you is looking for the language. A part of you is trying to understand what has happened to you. And a part of you knows that what you've been experiencing deserves an explanation bigger than, I just keep making bad choices. You are not making bad choices. You are surviving a sophisticated set of conditions that your brain was never designed to easily escape. And now you know. And knowing, really knowing, is where the road back to yourself begins. So the next time someone asks you what trauma bonding is, you can tell them this. It's what happens when the person who sets off your alarm is also the only person that knows how to turn it off. It's what happens when your brain gets addicted to the relief after the pain. It's what happens when hope and hurt get so tangled together that leaving feels like losing yourself. And it's also one of the most humane, understandable, most survivable things a person can go through. You are not what happened to you, but you are what you decide to do with the understanding of it. And you just took that first step. Now, I created a quick reference card for you to download and reference anytime you're experiencing trauma bonding or has questions about it, and it's in the description below. If this hit home for you, I'm asking you to please hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can see my next videos, and I look forward to talking with you again. Talk with you soon. Tea with Tiffany.